What's up everyone, TGA19 here, and today I'll be talking about who I think will die in Uncharted 4 at Thief's End at the end of the game, presumably. This is the topic that I think a lot of people have been talking about, even more so with the fact that, of course, since the early copies of the game were stolen, obviously people have unfortunately beaten the game and now spoilers are online. Now, just to clarify, I have not read any spoilers online at all. I've had tons of idiots in like group chats trying to invite me to them, but they've all completely failed because luckily I've been able to delete them all before I've seen the messages. So what I'm about to say now is not what happens in the game, or at least from what I know, because this is my opinion. I have not played Uncharted 4, do not know how it ends, and I have not read any spoilers at all, so just rest assured, I have not, of course this is not going to be 100% what is in the final game. This is just my opinion and what I think will happen. So, of course, you know, since the fact, of course, that Uncharted 4's subtitle is A Thief's End, many people have suspected that, of course, Nathan Drake is going to die in the game. But, you know, there's been tons of people coming up with different theories about who else could die, maybe, instead of Drake, or maybe if multiple people will die. And I think, personally, the person who and I'm going to go now, like, through all the main characters of the series, and say their possibility, like, or their chance of dying, and then I'll probably just say at the end who I think, you know, personally will die. So first off, we have Nathan Drake. Now, why could Nathan Drake die? Obviously, the game's subtitle is pretty much named after him, A Thief's End, because of course this is the end of, you know, Nathan Drake, you know, presumably, you know, hunting for treasure, or that is at least what I'm guessing. So, you know, judging by that, I would say that that could be a suggestion as to the fact that he could die. Also, Neil Druckmann has made comments in interviews about the fact that, of course, you know, it would be very hard to do a sequel of Nathan Drake after this game, which, you know, definitely seems tempting. But then, yet again, I think the reason why I personally don't think it'll be Nate is because, one, it'd be a bit too obvious due to the fact that obviously it's in the main subtitle of the game, so that would be giving it away slightly. And two, Neil Druckmann flat out lies in interviews sometimes, so I don't exactly trust what Neil Druckmann says. So I'm probably going to say Nathan Drake has a low chance of dying. I don't think he'll die in the game. Next we move on to Sully. Now, I think Sully's an instant no, due to the fact that, of course, in Uncharted 1 we thought he was dead, when, of course, Gabriel Roman shot him, and it turns out that he was saved by Sir Francis Drake's journal. And in Uncharted 3, obviously, he was shot and killed, and it turns out that that was actually a dream. So for them to attempt, you know, to kill him again would be a bit of a stupid option. I think it'd be a bit too predictable, like I said, and I don't think it would have as much of an impact. I think even if he did die, I don't think it'd have as much of an impact as it did with me in Uncharted 3 when I thought he was dead. So I don't know. I can't really see Sully dying either, so his chances are very low. People have tossed up the possibility of, you know, Chloe dying. I don't think she'll die. She's only been in 2 out of the 3 games, and although, yeah, she can sort of class her as a main character, she wasn't really in 3 that much, so no, I don't really think that she'll die at all. In fact, she may not even appear in the campaign, though I think she will, maybe as an Easter egg, or maybe just like in one mission. Then we move on to Sam Drake. Now, Sam, I could actually see dying in the game, and you know, obviously, we've got, of course, the theory of if Sam will turn on Nate. I think his death will depend on whether he's revealed to turn on Nate and be the main villain or not. I think if he doesn't turn on Nate and he's a good guy throughout the whole game, then I don't think that he will die. I don't think he'll die at all. I think he'll live till the end. But I think that if he does, you know, or is at least revealed, you know, to be a villain, then I think, yeah, I think I could easily see Sam dying. So I'd say Sam is actually quite a high possibility of dying, but like I said, it depends on whether he's revealed to be a villain or not. So yeah, I put him high on the list. And then last of all we have Elena. Now, in my personal opinion, I would say Elena probably has the highest chance of dying in the main game. And of course I'll say why. Number one, it would be a very effective death, because in the previous games Elena hasn't really come too close to dying. I mean, she did kind of in Uncharted 2, but I think we all knew secretly that she was going to be completely fine anyway. Whereas with Sully, when he was shot in Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 3, I was actually genuinely convinced that he was dead. So I think it would definitely work with Elena if they killed her off. And also, it would be very good because it'd fit with what Neil Druckmann says about Nathan Drake's last adventure. Because if this last adventure, costs him, his wife, then maybe that's what will convince him to, stop all of this once and for all. So yeah, I would say Elena, in my opinion, is probably the character who stands the highest chance of dying for me, or at least in my opinion, stands the most chance of dying. So yeah, just to clarify, for Uncharted 4: Thief's End, I think Elena will probably die. Maybe Sam as well, or instead, but I would say either Sam or Elena will probably most likely die. Thank you for watching today's video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and of course check out more of my Uncharted 4 content in the wait to launch. See you then.